Hello and welcome to this episode of the Corporate Escapists TV show. I am your host, Christine Innes. I'm super excited to have Dione here with me. So thank you so much for joining, lovely.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here with you.
It's so good. And this is something really different. Like we normally just do like Zoom interviews and to have somebody actually here, it's actually quite nice. So I don't feel like I'm just talking to thin air sometimes.
No, this is like a really, you can have a conversation where we're next to each other and have a chat rather than doing online, which we've all been doing with COVID and everything happening over the last couple of months. So it's so good to be here.
I know. It's nice to have human connection. Let me just say, it's so very, very nice. And as much as I love the online world, but yes, a little bit of human connection. But we're going to come on and have just a really quick conversation because, we both have been in corporate world, both have left and started a business, and we're both coaches in different sort of industries. But I want to give people just that little bit of sort of insight because there is a roller coaster that we go on when we leave corporate.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I want people to know that as much as I preach, like leave corporate, follow your passion, but I do actually want to hit some home truths because the fact is that sometimes it's not easy.
Well, it's really not, and I think for me it's been coming out and all your time through corporate and working with teams and having different access to people, whether it's in marketing or IT or those types of things. And then when you come out on your own, it really is that thing where you're really just going through the motions of trying to find out whether you do outsource for this sort of thing or whether you do spend like an hour like me doing something which could take someone 10 or 15 minutes. It's those kind of challenging things that I think probably has been a few bumps for me, and learning, how to actually get into that marketing space as well. So marketing and IT have probably been the main.
Yeah. And I really think that, when you said like before, like you've had this big team, behind us, and when you go into business for yourself, you have to learn a whole different language too. And I don't like numbers. So me and numbers are not friends. So get yourself an accountant, people. Just let them do it.
Absolutely. I think that's really great advice as well. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, for me, it's IT, but you're kind of in that IT space with some of the groovy things that you can do. And we've been playing around today, and Christine's like, you don't even know that thing, But, it's just one of those things. Yeah. And I think it is what we were talking about before, which is really trying to stay in your own zone of genius too, and really doing what you do best. And if you get to that point where you can outsource, absolutely do that. So you're spending your time on doing what you do best.
Look, it's taken me sort of like 2 years to actually get somebody into the business. So now I'm just like, thank goodness I don't have to do that. I can like get somebody else to do it. But it is hard. But then you're also having to learn more about yourself too, because yes, you've had this whole team, and mine was, I was so attached to my corporate persona, and so that was my identity. Yeah. So when I've come out on my own, I'm like, well, who am I? What do I stand for? What do I want? What are my own values? Opposed to relying on the corporate side of it as well.
Yeah, I think that was something for me where when I was doing HR in that corporate environment, and when you're doing recruitment or you're networking, you're going out, you are the face of the business. Yep. And you are the face of the values and the mission and the vision of that business. And then coming into your own business and taking all your years of experience, it's then kind of going, well, what do I now want to say? What's my voice? And really discovering what that is for yourself.
Definitely.
That's taken a little bit of time. But I think it's really just, how can you be of service to others and really make a difference? Particularly myself as a corporate career coach now, really just helping people through that clarity and that transition and communication and leadership and those types of elements, and really talking to what their needs are. What does deeply align with who you are, though, is super important. And you can have that opportunity. That's why coming out on your own rather than business and what their vision and mission is, it's really can be, okay, what does really align for me now to share with someone that can be of service and help to others. There are some exciting things about business, isn't there?
No, there really is. Like, and I wouldn't change it, I would not ever go back into corporate, but that's just me. And I know that there are people that just sit there and like, oh, okay, well, maybe being in business for myself hasn't, like, it is not for me, because they do crave the connection side of it. So obviously I've learned how to connect differently, because obviously online, and you don't have the office, you don't have the little banters, you don't have the coffees, you know. I miss sometimes the office goss sometimes, you know, going, what's happening in people's life, like, tell me, it's going to be more interesting than mine. So you know, there are those aspects of it, but I've learned how to do that connection online, and you know, to do it. What would you say right now, like, if you could go back, say, even like the 12 months, 2 years, and that it's sort of been for you, what would you say, what are some kind words that you would say to yourself, you know, when you first started out and you've sort of gone, oh my God, what have I done?
Yeah, I think I went through a little bit of that, for sure. You leave like a corporate wage and salary to go out on your own and follow your dream. Do that. I would really say just being patient with myself, and having kind words to say to myself. And you, like anyone, you make some business decisions. You spend some money on different, whether it's coaches or whether you spend some money on some different marketing opportunities. And if they don't always come off, it's part of it, and it's just the way that it is. And kind of, you know, dust yourself off with all that, and not to worry, and move on. You're not going to go into business making every perfect decision the first time. And I think really just having the courage just to show up. And having great people around you, yourself, and you know, other colleagues and business people around you to support you, because it is going from that office environment, having a team, having lots of people perhaps based in a head office environment, to then perhaps running your office at home by yourself, really having that connection with others, and really tapping into other people's thoughts and knowledge and what they're doing in their business, just getting that little bit of support and the encouragement. And someone having that outside look, kind of saying, you know what, you're just overthinking it. It's like this, it's like this. Yeah. Like, oh, really? Okay, great idea. You know, those types of things. Yeah, super important.
I really think the find your tribe is really important, because I've said this a lot. As much as I love my family, like I love them to death, but they sometimes do not understand what I do.
Yes.
But when you speak to other people that are in, you know, business together, you can sort of say, I'm having this problem, or I don't know where to go, and we instantly can connect, and we can understand like the highs and lows and that you're going on. So find your tribe, people, like just find them, the people that get you or have been there and done it. Somebody once gave me really great advice, saying don't ever ask someone else's opinion if they haven't done it before.
Yes.
And I think that that's really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And really not taking other people's opinions. Like I think it was Brene Brown said, if you're not in the arena, I'm not interested in your feedback. You know, that type of thing as well. I'm not kind of taking all that to heart too much. And just trying to enjoy and adapt to your new environment, I think is everything. And it's super exciting, super rewarding, you know, at times. It's something very different from the corporate life.
Definitely. So quick question is that, do you celebrate your wins?
Yeah, I do. It's not really, I mean, the few that I've had in regards to being in magazines and some of the finalists for awards that I've done, a glass of champagne here and there, and sharing that with loved ones, I think super important. Yeah. And then, you know, I've had those days where I've finished on a Friday at 2, 3 o'clock and gone for a massage, and just went, you know what, great week. Yeah. Great week. It was, you know, you had some really great wins that week. I think that's super important.
Yeah, it really is, because I think so many times, and I think probably that was also part of my corporate persona too. And I say that because, yes, I love so much so. My partner's like, are you writing a to-do list for me? I'm like, no, it's okay. It's all right. I won't do that to you. But I can get so carried away in those details that you do forget just to celebrate just the small wins. So like if you complete, you know, writing your website copy, if you complete, you know, speaking to your first client, celebrate them, because they're really important.
Yeah. I just think it's just part of just, you know, if you had a team in that environment anyway, you'd be high-fiving each other and maybe going out for a lunch or something. So taking the time to remember that is so key.
Yeah. Awesome. Love it so much. All right, so we're going to keep this really like quick and simple today. But one of the other things that I wanted to sort of quickly bring up and ask you was, how did you find working, I guess, from home and separating work time to personal time?
For me, it's been very much about routine.
Yeah.
So it's really been trying to stick to that main routine. I mean, I've been doing corporate for 20, 25 years of leaving home at 7:30, getting in the office at, 8:30, leaving there at 6, and it's that same routine that you have. So I really tried to structure my day in and around getting up, exercising, doing my meditation, journaling, those types of things that I found is really good for mindset, and then sitting down to my desk at 8:30, 9 o'clock. And also that other end of the scale is really not working till 8, 9 o'clock at night as well, because you don't have to have the office doors that are closing. And if you're overworking, getting to that stage, I think we shared before when you first started, it may be something where you were just doing far too much.
Yep.
So it's really around routine for me. Yep. I think one of the key things too is I've got kids, and at the time when I started, I had 2 at school. And I've always tried to show up for those kids' events and those types of things, but I really felt it was still important that they knew that I wasn't just off work. Mummy's still working, you know, and unfortunately I've got calls and I can't do that. I can't show up then. You'll have to get the bus home. And it's the same as what you would be going into the office environment as well. Oh, but you're at home, just come and get me. No. I'm still in the zone of being busy, whether I'm writing content or what have you. That's been really key.
Setting those boundaries. I think that's really, I think even like with my family and friends has been really key, because they will go, oh, do you want to come out, or can you do this? And I'm like, no, I'm working. And just because I may not have a client today does not necessarily mean that I don't have other things that need to be done and ticked off my list, of course.
Boundaries, baby.
Exactly. Well, I just want to say a really big thank you for coming and joining me today, and I'm super excited because you're going to be able to catch her in the first issue of the Corporate Escapists magazine.
Yay, we're so excited. Congratulations,
Thank
Christine.
you.
What an amazing thing you're doing for the Corporate Escapists magazine.
Oh, I'm so excited. So I just want to say thank you so much for supporting me and joining me. And I want to say thank you to everyone who has joined us for this episode of the Corporate Escapists TV show. I'm going to pop all of your beautiful details below so you can reach out. She's an amazing career coach. So if you really do think that you need some help or support, like really do reach out, because I just know that she goes above and beyond with her clients. So thank you.
Thank you, sweet.
So
thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. And remember to follow your passion and live life to the fullest every single day, and love and light to you all.